Semen retention is an amazing practice, but just like anything taken to extreme, if you retain your semen for too long, it could actually hurt you physically, emotionally, mentally, and your ability to succeed in the world. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the dangers of long-term semen retention and how you can avoid them so you can actually thrive in life. In this practice, we build up energy, we build up arousal, we build up charge. And part of the practice is to integrate this charge and to use it in our life, transmute it into action. But the challenge is that this is a lot of energy to deal with. And if we don't integrate it all, and if we don't use it all, it's going to wreak havoc on our mind and body spirit. There'll be too much fuel on the fire, basically. And so these dangers start off in one of two directions. The first one is hypersexualization. The other direction is stagnancy. And I like to make a fire analogy for this. You have an internal fire. Most guys, what they do is they ejaculate away their internal fire over and over and over multiple times a week, and they never get it up to a sustainable level of peak living performance. If you put an adequate amount of fuel on this and tend it well through practices like Qigong and yoga and physical exercise, then you can build up this fire to be a raging inferno that is contained in a useful way that you can harness the power of. But this is a lot of energy we're dealing with here, and it's really important to be aware that it can easily go into the too much fire category or too much damp fuel category, and these benefits will fade away and the dangers will rise. So in the hypersexualization category, things you need to watch out for are if you start to feel distracted by sexual thoughts constantly, if you start to have desires to watch porn regularly, if you start to masturbate too much, even if you're not ejaculating, but you're masturbating regularly and seeking that sexual edge of orgasm. You might be more distractible in general. You might speak in a higher tone of voice and people won't take you as seriously. You might be more easily frustrated. You might be more emotionally volatile. You might seek sugar, stimulants, junk food, or other things to keep the high going. This is a frenetic, sort of ungrounded kind of thing, and it can mess up all areas of your life, your friendships, your romantic relationships, your work life, your own personal, internal, spiritual world, etc., because there's too much fuel on the fire and you haven't integrated it. And the way to deal with this, if you notice this is happening, is to do something pretty intensive with your physical body. You're not going to be able to meditate this away. You're not going to be able to visualize this away. You need to go do some serious exercise or an intensive yoga class or an extended Qigong sequence. My favorite thing to do is go for a run or an intensive bike ride for at least 20 minutes and really push myself if I notice I'm starting to feel this way. And what that does is it allows me to blow off this excess energy, because at a certain point, you're not going to be able to integrate all this. And these strategies to deal with this buildup of energy are either to A, integrate and transmute it, or B, let some of it out of your system in a means other than ejaculation. The other direction that these dangers take is towards stagnation. You might feel things like brain fog, lethargy, boredom, tiredness, a general feeling of malaise. A lot of people feel flat here. Some people even start to feel depressed or emotionally down. You might feel like you want to lay on your couch and eat a shit ton of pizza and cake and just watch Netflix and movies all night long. Bad idea. Bad idea. There's too much damp fuel on the fire and your system can't breathe. There's too much. It's a bottleneck. It's like if you eat too much food during a big meal and you go into food coma. Your system can't metabolize and process enough of this all at once. So the solution is very similar to if you're hypersexualized, and that is to go get some intensive physical exercise. You can think of this as like a shell on your system, or if there's too much damp fuel, you need to shake it off. Shake off that excess fuel so you can get back to burning again. In addition to these lifestyle dangers that will impact how you show up at work, with your families, with your relationships, etc., there are some physical dangers. You can actually create stagnation in your prostate, physical stagnation. Prostatitis is something that a number of guys I've talked to who've retained for a long time have experienced, and they'll go into their urologist and tell them what they're doing, and their urologist will be like, what the fuck? Like, why would you not ejaculate for 200 days? Like, you're a biological creature. You need to be doing this. Granted, most Western medical doctors are not aware of these esoteric practices and the benefits that come with them. They're thinking in the functional realms, but there's wisdom there too. So I did an interview with a pelvic floor physical therapist for my podcast, Dr. Susie Gronscale. Link to it below. Definitely check this out if you're ever experiencing anything like blue balls or pelvic pain while you're on a semen retention practice. She shares some useful insights. Basically, long story short, if you do this practice in an integrative way, you should be good to go, but you need to be doing practices regularly to allow this to integrate into your system. Other physical dangers are blue balls, tightness in your pelvic floor, and tightness in your entire system that leads to anxiety and tension, which will spike your cortisol levels, which will basically wipe out any of the physiological benefits that you're getting from a semen retention practice. Like, yes, when you retain your semen, your testosterone levels increase and all sorts of other good stuff happens in your body. But if your stress hormones increase too, it just nullifies everything. So you want to make sure that you're taking time to relax as well. A couple other dangers of long-term semen retention to watch out for. Number one is that it could impact your belief systems around sex, and specifically ejaculatory orgasm. And it might make you start to feel like ejaculatory orgasm is bad. And to me, that's a problem. To me, that's a huge problem, because ejaculatory orgasm is a beautiful and amazing and pleasurable part of the male sexual system. I think they're incredibly important, and I think they're part of an integrative practice of semen retention as long as you're ejaculating in line with your ideal ejaculation frequency. I see a lot of guys out there demonizing ejaculation, and that's just a bummer to me, because it can be so amazing and it doesn't have to deplete you if you do it in line with an integrative semen retention practice like I teach. Check out my free 7-day challenge if you want to learn more about that. And the last thing I'll talk about here is that as men in this society, our worth is linked to, or at least it's driven into us that our worth is linked to our amount of productivity in the world. What can we produce? We're machines. We're success machines. We're production machines, right? And this problematic belief, when accompanied with semen retention, will allow us to push and push and push and push and burn ourselves out, but keep pushing because we'll have some extra fuel to burn ourselves out even more. And then all of a sudden we've pushed so hard that we've forgotten to enjoy things in life, and we've forgotten to actually relish in this amazing gift of being alive and enjoy things and smile and dance and have fun. And this is a very important part of life too. All the traditions where semen retention came from, they're not saying you need to live an austere life of emotional flatness. They're saying enjoy all of life, have sex, make love, laugh, dance, retain your semen, do intentional things with your sexual energy, and experience the full range of everything. And if you do want to retain for a long time, check out this video right here. I'll share with you some techniques that will help you do this practice in an integrative way and avoid the dangers of retaining for a long time. Check out this video. I'll see you there.